A murderer commits the perfect crime, hides the body beneath the floorboards, and convinces the police of his innocence until his own mind destroys him. Edgar Allan Poe's The Telltale Heart isn't just a horror story. It's a psychological descent into madness, written in 1843, where the real villain isn't another person, it's guilt itself. The unnamed narrator lives with an old man. He insists he loves him, has nothing against him, except for one thing, the old man's eye. He describes it as pale blue with a film over it, like a vulture's eye. This eye haunts him, watches him, drives him to obsession. So he decides the old man must die. But here's what makes this story chilling: the narrator insists he's completely sane. He opens by asking if you think he's mad, then explains how carefully, how cunningly he planned everything. For 7 nights, he creeps into the old man's room at midnight, moving so slowly it takes him an hour just to get his head through the doorway. He brings a lantern covered except for one thin ray of light, which he directs at the closed eye. Each night, the eye is shut. The old man sleeps peacefully. And each night, the narrator retreats, unable to kill him, because it's not the man he hates, it's the eye. On the 8th night, everything changes. The old man hears a sound and sits up in darkness, frozen with terror. The narrator stands motionless for over an hour, listening. Then he hears it, a low, dull, quick sound, like a watch wrapped in cotton. It's the old man's heartbeat, amplified by fear. The sound grows louder in the narrator's ears, driving him into a fury. Terrified the neighbors will hear it, he bursts into the room, drags the old man to the floor, and pulls the heavy bed over him. The heartbeat stops. The old man is dead. Now the narrator shows his genius. He dismembers the body, cuts off the head, the arms, the legs. He pulls up 3 planks from the bedroom floor and deposits everything in the space beneath, then replaces the boards so perfectly that no eye, not even the old man's vulture eye, could detect anything wrong. It's 4 in the morning when the police arrive. A neighbor reported a shriek. The narrator invites them in with complete confidence. He's calm, charming even. He explains the old man is in the country. He shows them through the house, invites them to search thoroughly. He even brings chairs into the dead man's room and places his own seat directly over the spot where the corpse lies hidden beneath the boards. The officers are satisfied. They sit and chat pleasantly. The narrator feels triumphant. But then he begins to hear something. A low, dull, quick sound. Like a watch wrapped in cotton. At first, he talks more loudly, more frantically, trying to cover it. The police don't seem to notice. They keep chatting, smiling. But the sound grows louder. And louder. It pounds in his ears, rhythmic, relentless, accusatory. He paces. He argues. He gestures wildly. Still the officers sit there, chatting casually, as if they hear nothing. But the sound is deafening now. He becomes convinced they must hear it, they're just mocking him, pretending ignorance while they know everything. Finally, he can't bear it anymore. He screams his confession, tears up the floorboards himself, and reveals the dismembered corpse. The heartbeat, of course, was never real. The old man was dead. What the narrator heard was his own heart, his own guilt manifested as auditory hallucination, growing louder with every second he tried to deny what he'd done. Poe understood something profound about human psychology: we punish ourselves more effectively than any external force ever could. The narrator's insistence on his sanity is itself proof of his madness. His meticulous planning, his pride in the murder's execution, his belief that he could sit calmly over his victim's corpse, all of it collapses under the weight of conscience. The telltale heart isn't under the floorboards. It's beating inside the killer's chest, and he cannot silence it. No crime is perfect when your own mind becomes the prosecutor, jury, and judge. If psychological horror that cuts deep is your thing, hit subscribe, we've got more dark literature ahead.